Hello, my name is Rick Roush. I was diagnosed with stage 1 colorectal cancer at age 39, and this is my wife, Krista.
Hi.
A friend of mine, we were at work and we were talking about having blood in your stool. So he had said that he had blood in his stool. He went and got checked out and he said it was nothing, it was just a polyp that had busted. And they said that was fine. So I decided to go and get checked out, and they saw a polyp, which in turn was cut out and sent off and tested and came back as cancerous.
It was a little scary at first because when they removed the polyp, the doctor was like, oh, it's no big deal, we do that all the time. But it's just customary, we send it off for testing. But no big deal. You know, we'll do a follow-up with him in 6 months or whatever, you know, to recheck him. And then he got the phone call that, hey, it was malignant, you need a surgeon. So it was kind of like totally unexpected for someone as healthy as he was. And at that point, no history that we knew of. So it was a shock.
The stricture in the fistula came 5 years later after the initial surgery, and at first they thought that it was, they didn't know what it was actually.
I thought it was an abscess.
Yeah. Or
then they was like, well, it could be MRSA or something because it didn't show the signs yet of a fistula. So he had to see an infection specialist.
It just seemed like a golf ball sized lump that was forming in my rear end.
That wouldn't go away.
Yeah. So then I got put on IVs daily for treating for staph and MRSA.
And that didn't help either.
No. It wasn't until the surgeon saw me and decided to see what was going on, and he made an incision, and he said, oh, now we have a fistula. That's how we found out.
And that went on for a little while, trying to see if it would heal on its own, because sometimes a fistula will heal on its own, and sometimes it won't, and sometimes they come back, and sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm.
But yours didn't heal.
And that's when I opted out to get the having a stoma.
Yeah, because you was in so much pain.
Yeah.
A pillow became your best friend when it was when you had to sit down.
Correct. To try and let it heal. Well, it was a shock to see something that looked like a big rose hanging out your stomach in the beginning. But slowly, you know, after the surgery, it went down, it got smaller, it became more adaptable to me, to where I could understand what was going on. It took a while for the mental part that I didn't like, that this is just sticking out there, and it's pretty much there until this fistula heals. So definitely made you think differently about people, just because, you know, in one day things can change. Your whole body can change. Felt that way. So then I looked at her and I was like, wow, what do you think of this?
It didn't bother me. You was more self-conscious of it, I guess. Because for a good while, you wore a shirt all the time. But it didn't bother me.
Out in public, swimming, doing, you know, things outdoors, normally my shirt would have been off and it felt different. With a colostomy is not quiet. When you pass gas, they're going to hear it. Whether you have one shirt on or two, doesn't matter. Going through airports is a little bit different now.
Especially when they have the full body scanners.
Yeah. They're not sure about what's going on. in public places with your shirt off, very different. Beaches, people aren't sure what to think if you have your shirt off. Small kids seem to be more inquisitive than adults. You know, adults just say, oh, well, don't worry, don't look. It's almost like a stigma that they're putting on it, something bad, but it's not. Yeah, at church, when little kids hear you, they just giggle, not knowing what's going on, but it is funny. So you explain to them that, yeah, I can pass gas with the best. I guess if someone around you passes gas, you can always say, you don't want Hiroshima.
Well, another one, because sometimes the filters on them clog. So they're supposed to filter the smell. Well, if it clogs, it doesn't do that. So you can kind of smell it. Well, we've developed CFF, which stands for carbon filter failure. So that's the cue for him to go check and make sure
Everything's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one else knows, but he knows.
Yeah. You're not stopping at all of the bathrooms. You know, you can go about your day and empty your bag 2 or 3 times a day. So I can still do water skiing, sports, you know, events, work out. Doesn't stop that part of it. So
Well, you can also eat what you want.
yeah, there's pretty much eat anything you want now. Yeah. Yeah, anytime you're going from 15 times a day in the bathroom to 2, big change. Way better.
Well, you got your life back.
Yeah, definitely.